This is a product video for 2200mm clothesline options and which clotheslines are best suited for spaces of 2200mm wide. In this video for clotheslines 2200mm wide, we will talk about the different products that are available, the color options, the mounting options, installation and accessories as well that you can get for these clotheslines. For clotheslines around the 2200mm spacing, one of the ones that we do recommend is the Eco 240 clothesline. This clothesline is 2.4 meters or 2400mm wide, but we can modify it down to anything around that 2200mm for you. Also, if you had slightly bigger than 2200 meters or slightly smaller, we could modify this one in the factory so it's exactly the right size that you need when it comes out. The Eco brand is an Australian-made clothesline brand, and it's a full steel construction and built to last a long time. This is a side view of that clothesline. It's all steel construction, as you can see. The only real plastic parts to it is the cord itself. That means that it will last a really long time as there's no plastic to crack or break in the sun. It's a fold down clothesline, can simply be folded down flat when you don't need it, and to get it in the up position you just simply hold it in the front of the frame, lift it up and it locks into position ready for use. The Eco 240 does come in 5 different depth options. These are starting at 600mm wide right up to 1500mm. Generally the further out from the wall you come, you're going to get more line, so you'll have more line spacing, but it would just depend on the right depth that you've got to use there at your home and which clothesline size is going to be best suited. Obviously the further out from the wall you can come, the more line spacing you're going to get. Also with the Eco range of clotheslines you can add what's called an Eco Lowline attachment. This low line attachment is an optional extra that's at lower level of the clothesline and gives you an additional 3 lines. This is a handy option to add to really maximize your line spacing for areas that are 2200mm wide. It simply attaches to the main frame above, so if that main frame goes up and down, the attachment goes up and down with it. But if you didn't want to use it on any given day, you can simply unhook it from the frame above and it would just fold flat to the wall out of the way. It's a really handy option to add to your clothesline if you're looking to add the most space you can get for spaces 2200mm wide, because it would give you an additional 6.6 meters of line space in your 2200mm wide area. Also with the Eco clothesline range you get 10 standard ColourBond colours. These are all no additional charge and pretty much the most popular clothesline colours we see today in Australia, ideally suited for most homes and most colour schemes. Another clothesline around that 2200 metre size is the Hills single clothesline. This one does come in 3 colour options of the Pebble Beach, Basalt and Midnight Sky. This one pictured here is the Midnight Sky colour. Again, it's a wall mounted clothesline, 1200mm out from the wall and has 10 lines. It's another good product from Hills and a very popular one as well. Hills also do a double clothesline, so this is like your 2 clotheslines in one. So if you just had a smaller wash you could just put half of the clothesline up, or if you had a bigger wash you can put the bigger section of the clothesline up as well. Again, it comes in those 3 clothesline colours from Hills, and you can see the size of that one is also again the 2200mm by 1200mm. On the double clothesline you do get 11 lines, and that's a lot of line space for a double clothesline. With the compact version from Hills, they do one called the Hills Compact. This one is 2200mm by 600 and has 6 lines. This one also just comes in the one colour of Pebble Beach, which is that sort of sandy colour you can see indicated in the picture. And again, it's a clothesline for those smaller areas where you don't have as much depth to work with. Daytek clotheslines also do a few around this 2200 spacing. There's the Daytek single. This one is 2240mm wide by 1210mm out from the wall with 10 lines, and this one's also available in a range of colours. The Daytek twin is another one similar to the Hills line. again around that 2240 by 1210 with 10 lines and a range of colours as well. And the slim is similar to Hills but a little bit further out with 2240 by 700, and you only get 5 lines on that one, so there's a bit bigger gap between the lines. A range of colours is also available for this one as well. Our recommendation though for Clotheslines 2200mm wide is the Eco Clotheslines brand. The reason being for that is they are a handmade in Australia product the old fashioned way, and they're a full steel construction that's really built to last. Most of the other products are imported products from overseas. The Eco one is built in Australia from Australian steel, and it's designed in Australia, made here, and really designed and built tough and strong to last in Australian conditions. That big range of modern colours is also a great addition for that one. And then if you need any customization as well to fit exactly into your size spacing you've got to work with, that is all done free of charge for you in the factory. When it comes to the mounting of the clotheslines, the standard mounting is to a brick or masonry wall, but if you don't have a suitable wall surface, you can mount these clotheslines freestanding. There's 2 options when it comes to freestanding. There's the standard mount kit, which is indicated by the left hand leg, and that's where you dig a couple of holes and concrete it into the ground. The other option is the plated ground mount kit. That's indicated by the right hand leg, where you have a plate welded onto the bottom of the leg. That would be for a situation where if you had a flat concrete slab area, and you could just purchase the plated ground mount kit, and then that would just get bolted down on top of the concrete surface, and then the clothesline attaches to these legs. If you need any assistance with anything around the installation of freestanding clotheslines, please feel free to let us know and we can help you with that. If you need any assistance with clothesline installation, Lifestyle Clotheslines does have a full installer network available Australia-wide for you. We can either help with wall mounts or ground mounted clotheslines, and also take away any old or damaged clotheslines you may have there as well. With this size clothesline of the 2200mm wide, you do have the option to add a clothesline cover if you want. This is a handy option for a couple of reasons. It does protect your clothes in the summer heat from sun damage, so your clothes generally last longer because they're not getting hammered by the direct sunlight. Generally it's the temperature of the air that dries clothes, not direct sunlight, so that's one benefit. Also, they're totally waterproof cover, so you know you can put your clothes out in the rain or go to work, and if it does rain or there's an afternoon shower, you know you can come home and your clothes are still dry underneath the cover. So it's something to consider if you think that may be useful for it, but it's a very popular option that we do see people adding to their clotheslines. All clothesline purchases through Lifestyle Clotheslines come with a 100-day happiness guarantee to make sure you're fully happy with the clothesline that you purchased. And if you need any further information, tips or advice, or need to speak to a clothesline specialist about clotheslines 2200mm wide, please feel free to call on 1300 798 779 or visit us online at lifestyleclotheslines.com.au.